Hi guys, welcome to another exciting paranormal investigation with Psychic Dad. Today we're at St Mary's Church, and more of that will be given in the induction to the video. What we do know about this place, it was built in the 12th century. It's a very old graveyard and church. There should be no vehicles passing by, and hopefully we'll have nobody turn up, so it should be nice and quiet. I got a couple of things with us today, which I'll show you. So for this exciting investigation, I brought a phone app, and also we've got things called cat balls. What we can do, if there's any spirits around, we can ask for the spirits to go to the balls, and what they'll do is they'll light up. We will test this theory. It's the first time I'm using them, and hopefully we get somewhere with it. At the moment you're pleasantly placed up on a nice it's massive standing cemetery stone, so hopefully we'll get some in here. I don't know whether you can see much, but the church itself, it's got a nice steeple, and there's a whole bunch of graves then around maybe here. I'm trying to be nice to the people over there. I don't want them thinking I'm doing something wrong. So without further ado, let's do our first call out. Well, first of all, I've got to protect myself. We better do what Ozzy does, and I would just like to ask our spirit guides to look after us whilst we're here. We're not here to harm anyone or do anything. But we would like to have a good fun experience. So, on my first call, my name is Ross. I've got a couple of light up devices here, one to my right and one to my left. Throughout the night we'll be using them as yes/no's, but for now, if there is any spirits around here, is there any chance if you could light up one of the balls, please? So I hear this is a very old and it's cold cemetery with a beautiful church. Were you guys from around the area? If you are, would you like to light up one of the balls? You can do that by touching them. Guys, for you guys, I can't see much, okay? So if there is anything you spot or anything, please make sure you leave a comment, and then what we'll be able to do is track whatever's going on then, okay? And don't forget, make sure you do a subscribe and follow, because the more viewers we can go live with it, and if we go live, then we'll be able to interact with, I'll be able to interact with yourselves. So like I said, my name is Ross. Is there any spirits here that would like to say hello? If there is, can you touch one of the balls? It'll light up. It's very peaceful up here, to be honest. It's very nice. I'm going to make sure I'm very respectful. I'm not going to step on any grounds or anything like that. I'll try reading off a couple of stones later to see if we get anything from that. So like I said, my name is Ross. I'm very kind and friendly. Would anybody like to come and have a chat with us? There's a little ball on the floor over here. If you touch it, it'll light up. And there's another one there on the floor. If you light them up, it'll show that somebody's around you, and it means then we might be able to tell you a story. So is there any spirits inside this graveyard? Would any of you like to come and talk? Don't be afraid. If you'd like, you can use my energy. I'm happy for you to touch me, talk to me, push me. Ideally, if you could light up one of these balls, we can ask you some yes/no questions. Would you like to talk to us? Do you understand what I'm doing here? Did you used to come to this church? At the moment, we're not hearing anything either. There's no footsteps. As I say that. Just seen a lovely shooting star. Did you guys see that? Just so you guys are aware when I said that, by the way. I heard a knock on the tile. So like I told you guys, my name is Ross. So I'm a paranormal investigator. So if somebody just comes along and see whether there's any paranormal activity in a place. So at the moment you've got myself here. I'm trying to interact with you and talk to you. So if you are around, come and have a chat. You can use the balls on the floor. If you just go near them or touch them, they'll go off. You can touch me. I'm happy with that. I'll bring out an app soon, so you can use that to try and have a conversation with myself. Get some noises over to the left. I couldn't see over the shed to block the light down my eyes. It's the second shooting star I've seen. It's beautiful up here. Tell you what I'll do. I'll put a third ball down. I'll put that by the front door. Put that by the front door of the church. So if there is something here, or if something comes out of the church, then we'll know about that. I'll stand over the beard for a bit. So my name is Ross. I'd like you to come forward and come and have a chat with us. I'm getting some cold chills now. That's a good sign. Normally if I get cold chills, normally things start to happen. This is something we've seen on our other ones. So, is there any spirits around here that want to come forward and say hello? I think I can feel you around me. If you go to one of these balls, they'll light up. Can you touch one of them? Just to show you're here? Maybe we can build a bit of trust up? I guess a good thing is if they're not just randomly going off, it's a good start. Because I guess it shows that there might not be anything here at the moment, or nothing capable of knocking these off, or knocking them on. Like you said, every location we come to, there's not always going to be something happening. But, again, I can't see what you're seeing. So if you manage to actually see anything, let me know. I should probably mention as well, if you notice there's no Aussie today. Aussie decided to go partying. So I'm going to be alone today. Which is always a good thing anyway, because the less people, the less footsteps you have to track. Is there anybody of the name of John in here? If there is, can you light up one of these? Is there any old vicars here? Or priests? Getting a bit of shoulder pain. Shoulder, the back of my neck. Again, I don't know whether you're seeing things or hearing it. That's why I'm trying to be as quiet as possible. This is probably the most quietest location we've been at so far, which is lovely. So there's no mistaking things if things happen. I'm assuming, you know, given the age of this church, there's going to be a lot of you which have been buried here. I don't know whether you realise that you've passed on, but if you'd like to come forward and talk to me and tell me about what you're doing, please do. These little balls here, these little clear balls, if you touch them, they'll go off. I know you're here then, and I've got 2 more then, which I can use for yes and no. It's actually surprisingly quiet, apart from like the tightness in my shoulders. Saying that. Was that you then? That stepped in the grass? If that was, can you go and touch that ball? Let me move up the camera for you. Was that you that made the noise there? I say you, I don't know who you are. But can you just show me you're here by touching the ball? The one right in front of me? Could you wobble it? I heard the same noise over to my right. I don't know whether, I hope you guys can see something or hear it. My whole reason of being here is that I don't believe in spirits. And I'm trying to figure out whether there is spirits, whether there's an afterlife. And I can't do that without evidence. And this is where you guys come in. Every single one of you. If you guys are still in here, can you show me you're here? Is that the double sound again? Tick, tick. It's a very strange sound. I don't know how to explain it. So, can any of you light any of these balls up? All you have to do is move them. Just slightly move them. Touch them. You can use some of my energy to achieve that. Like I said, I'm a friendly person. I'm trustworthy. I'm not here to play jokes on you. I'm sure some of you have been here long enough that you know, you should have learned some skills. Show off, do something. You can do any of these walls around here. At the moment, it seems very quiet to me. There's not a lot going on, or at least I don't feel like it. It actually feels really, really rested in here, which is a good thing. You know, all of these, I would say, all of these bodies now have been, and hopefully the spirits, you know, have gone somewhere else. I've always thought you get at least one naughty spirit. Can you give us any sounds? Got 2 more of these. I'm going to try to put them on a grave. See whether that gets us anywhere. These do work when you touch them, by the way. I've tested them all. Yeah, I've personally tested all of these. Make sure that they're all working. So I've put a new one. I don't know whether you guys are catching those sounds. It sounds like somebody's clicking or tapping 2 coins together. I did it a few times now. Right, I'm blowing out my breath because I thought I'd seen a shadow come past me then. But I'm thinking whether it's just the shadow of my breath on the wall. But it doesn't seem to be doing that actually. I'll have to have a look back over that. Is there a Chris here? If there's a Chris, can you touch one of the balls? Chris? Okay, so something I looked up online, and that was to speak to your spirit guide to bring somebody forward. So we'll try that and see whether that has any effect. We'll do this as a bit of experimentation because I don't feel like there's much going on, which is actually quite nice actually, because it kind of falls in line with kind of proven and disproven things. So if my spirit guide could bring somebody forward, please, who can touch the balls or one of the balls around us. Maybe we'll have to turn the camera this direction, I think, in a minute. I'm asking the spirit guide side of things because I read it online that everybody's got one and that you should interact with your spirit guide and they will help you out. So it's worth having a look. Again, I don't know how true that is, but you know, it is nice to see whether it works. Should we ask some questions? Was anybody buried here in the 13th century or 1300? Just light up one of the balls if you are, okay? Was anybody buried in the 1400s? $1500s? 1600s? Clutching the straws here. 1700s? 1800s? Now I know there's a few grades here from 1800s. So, if there was to be a reply, that would have come in. 1900s. I have to check behind the light. Ah, okay. I think that sound is an owl. Or like a vole or something. I can hear its high pitchedness. So is it safe to say that there's no spirits in this area yet? We would be happy for you to set off one of the lights. All you have to do is touch them. So it's dedication to the cause. This is like -3 degrees. And I don't know whether you guys have seen anything. So make sure you leave some comments if you do see anything. Because I know some people see things that, you know, others might not in a video. Ozzy the other week was looking at a video. He said he'd seen somebody. I looked over it 40 times and I didn't see it. But my mum actually turned around and said she's seen the same thing. One of my friends turned around and said they've seen the same thing. So am I going to have to call out people's individual names? Right, I'm getting really cold chills. This is normally a really good sign. This happens to me and then all of a sudden things start happening. A bit like earlier. So I'm starting to get feelings, things are getting a bit stronger. So like I said, guys, my name is Ross, alright? I'm a paranormal investigator. I'm here just to check and to come and speak to you. And if there are any spirits in here, please come free and talk to me. I've got a number of these little ball things which are around here. There's one here, one here, one on here, and one by the front door. If you can you come and touch one of them? What it'll do is it'll set off a light. I'll know you're here then, and then I can focus on your area. Is there something you can do for me? Can you touch these lights? How about touching on one up here? Off to my right. Can you do that for me? I don't know whether you just heard that. It's that ting sound again. Is that you making the tinging sound? Can you move one of these balls? It will light up. It will tell me you're here. Can you take my energy and move that ball? Or that one, or that one, or that one. Okay, so what we'll do, there's a move and we'll point that direction. At least we know all these work. What I'll do, I'll turn you this direction. Hopefully you can see. What we'll do, let me just check that you can see. There you go. I don't want to be disrespectful, so I'll walk around. Okay, so we've got a Catherine Jonah here. And I'm going to put these they're not just sitting there, are they? What we'll do is we'll keep one, see how it goes. I don't know how much you can see, but in front of us we got Catherine Jonah. Catherine, if you're here, can you light up the ball? We've also got Jane, who's on that one. I know you'll be able to see it there. So we got Jane, which is beer on the left, and we got Catherine on the right. I want to be careful where I'm stepping. So Catherine, are you here with us? If you are, could you light up the light on the stone, please? Jane? Okay. Well, thank you very much, Jane. Okay. Oh wow, you're full on stood there, aren't you? I thought somebody was stood here because I heard you. I heard that sound over here behind me. Was that you? So Jane, are you here? Could you set that ball off again? Thank you, Jane. Well, Jane, it's very nice to meet you. Are you happy I'm here? If so, could you light up the ball? Jane, are you unhappy I'm here? Could you light up the ball? You're neither. Jane, are you still here with me? Okay, thank you. Okay. Okay. I gotta wait for the light to stop, okay, Jane? Wow, you're keeping that going, aren't you? Playing games on me now, you're keeping that thing moving. So, I don't know whether any of you guys can see this, I hope you can. But obviously we've got Jane here with me, which is really cool. My skin's gone kind of tingly. And I can hear sounds behind me as well. You've just seen that these balls don't work. if they just sat there anyway doing nothing. But in this case it is working. In fact, I think Jane's just playing around now. Jane, I'm going to put a second ball on there. On the other side. Give me a second. Let me make sure these can be seen on the camera. Okay, Jane. Now I've got two balls, okay? One on the right means no, and the one on the left means yes. Do you understand? Jane, so this one here means yes. Okay, so if you light this ball up, it means you're answering yes to the question. If the one on the right, this one here, if you put that one off, we know it means no. Okay? Jane, are you here with me right now? Are you camera shy or something? Jane, are you still here? Is there any spirits here right now? I can still hear you over here. If you could just touch the balls for me and show me you're here, you can light them up by touching them. Jane's been touching them. So would you like to give it a go? I swear you just got tired out or something. Would you like to lend some of my energy? What sort of questions can we ask you? Jane, did you have any children? Behind me I keep getting loads of like tinky sounds. Jane, are you still here with me? We can have a conversation now we've got the two. You've proved to me you're here. So now it's just yes or no. I think it's mad how I shouldn't have moved. Maybe perhaps my energy was linked to these or something. If I just take a step out to the right, maybe, I don't know whether that'll make a difference. I keep hearing the sound just for there. If you're a spirit being, do you want to come forward and touch the balls? So this one here is for yes, and the other one is for right. And it's for no, sorry. Is it Catherine? Catherine, are you here? Could you touch either ball? Is making a choice hard? You could touch any ball there. I think that's amazing how that has basically gone from continuously going on, and now it's not going off at all, no matter what I'm asking. I can still hear something down here behind me. I don't know whether that's the person. Trying to make sure I'm not stepping on any graves. So, the name of the grave there is Charles. Charles, are you here? Is that you making all the noise behind me? If it is, if you want to use a little bit of my energy... Whew. Anyway, if you want to take a bit of this energy, which I'm assuming you are, can you turn on one of those balls for me? All you have to do is touch it. I'm getting like a really, it's not very nice feeling on the old chest. And my toesies are frozen. I'll take you guys, can you guys feel the cold? Can you tap yes if you do? And no if you don't? Because I am freezing. Charles, are you here? Jane? Have you come back yet? Oh, I don't know whether you've just seen that, but I think I just seen an orb here. I don't know whether I'm right. I'm getting the chills as well. But look, if there is any spirit here, can you just tap the light for me? Catherine, are you here? Can you hear sound coming from behind you? It sounds like footsteps. I don't know whether you picked that up. If I've heard it, you might be able to pick that up. So is there any spirits in here with me that can touch a light? We've already had them set off. Thank you very much, Jane. Or Catherine. Charles? Can you come forward and touch it? Is there anybody else in here that can come forward and touch the lights? The one on the left is yes. The one on the right is no. a bit strange as you heard the gate move. What are those sounds? Do you want me to reintroduce myself? Have I not given you enough information? So my name is Ross, or also known as Psychic Dad for the video here. So I'm a paranormal or ghost hunter. So if you see yourself as a ghost or a spirit, you know, come forward. Obviously somebody come forward because you touched the lights. If you'd like to do that again, I invite you up here to touch it. I can hear you. Do I need to move closer so you can take my energy? Does that help? I am frozen to the bone. Alright guys, I got about 5 minutes left, okay? And then I gotta get going then, because it's really cold. I don't want to come down with hypothermia or something, and I end up in here with you. So just a quick one for you. Before I go, I'd really like to ask you some questions if possible. Can you just acknowledge that you understand me? By flicking on the light? Jane, can you flick on that light for me? You've done it once. Again guys, if you see anything, make sure you comment about it please. I need to know. Soon we'll be going live as well, so you'll be able to come along literally from your sofas. And you'll be able to interact with this, and you know, if there's any questions or if you've seen anything, we can pick it up together. I think that'd be really, really good. So is there any spirits in here that understand me? If there is, can you turn the light on? Can you use my energy? It's kind of mad to think, isn't it, that, you know, these were working, or it was working a second ago to something. You know, but I've walked away, and I think maybe I've broken that link. Whoop. But maybe I've broken that link. I'm actually quite disappointed in myself actually for moving now. But I wanted to make sure you were in the Greystone was in thing, which it is now. You guys have gone really quiet. Do you want to come forward and say something? Are you happy I visited today? Please go up to the balls. Just all you have to do is touch them or go near them. I can hear you again down here. If you're there and you're still there, just come up and touch them. Don't be afraid. They won't hurt you. If anything, we can talk then. Alright guys, I'm going to start packing up. But it's been a pleasure coming here. Jane, thank you very much for talking to us. Catherine, it would have been nice to talk to you too. You know, you still can. You can make the light come on if you want, and I can stay for a few more minutes. Charles, or anybody else who's in here, you know, come here, just touch me, take a little bit of my energy, and then touch the ball. You only have to walk into it, and it should pick you up. Is it too hard to talk through the two of them? Let me move this one away. Does that help? Just so you're aware, I can't hear you and I can't see you. So I'm trying to prove if you're here or not. And we can do this by using this little light. So are you still here now? If you are, if you walk up to the light, the torch is still on there. If you walk up to the light, you can switch it on again. Please, take my energy. I got loads of it. Alright, well, I'll take the hint. You're done with me, yeah? So what we'll do... Watch my step here. See? Alright guys, let me just put that there. So, that was quite interesting, I thought. I thought that the last part of that got really, really interesting. Oh, gate open. Told you I heard it. It was very, very quiet for the first part of that, I thought. And then it stepped up a bit. Which is always a good thing. So what we'll do, I'll give a quick bye-bye on here now. So we use the car. So there we go, you should be able to see me. So that was another interesting investigation. It was really, really quiet. And then we had that really fantastic sounds. There was a little bit of feelings, and then we had that fantastic thing where the light was going off, and we were asking little things, and you know, we were getting our replies. I don't think I should have moved. If I hadn't moved, I think that perhaps I would have kept going. But these are things that I'll work on now for my future videos. So on that note, I hope you had another great investigation. I hope you've seen things that I didn't. I hope you heard things that I didn't. And we'll be able to do this live one day, where you guys will be able to tell me as we're going. So I'd just like to say, thank you very much. It's been an absolute pleasure. And don't ghost us, follow us. Psychodad out.